7.1 to 1 gear ratio reel with a lot of drag force behind it. It's great for pitching, flipping, frogging, any heavy duty bass, light pike, musky, even light musky gear. Great overall bait casting reel for it, real low profile with the extended handle on that, the extended cranking handle. So good for situations where you need that extra torque in your reel. So I'm talking big baits, deep water fishing, or anything where you're trying to gather a lot of line quickly when you get into flipping, pitching, throwing frogs, and you're trying to pick up slack line real fast on those fish. That extended power handle is absolutely crucial. You're not spinning, you're not reeling your hand as fast. You're getting more line per turn with this extra power in the handle. Now, talking about cast control settings, so this is a magnetic braking reel. So that what that means is on this side plate, on your left side plate here, if it's a right-handed reel, you're going to have a 1 through 10 system, and you're going to have a clicker. You'll have a little red notch on the end of this clicker that's going to show you where it's set to, and you can hear that click actually in the reel. I like to start when I'm picking my settings. I like to start at 5. It's right in the middle, and then you can go up or down from there. It all depends on the size of the lure or the bait that you're using. The other factor in cast control is your tension control knob back here, right next to the handle, and that's a clicker as well. You can hear that click when you turn it. The looser you have that, the faster your spool is going to rotate. So it's all about spool rotation speed with the tension control knob. For beginners and guys who are using real light baits or in heavy wind, we suggest that you crank that down. Not all the way. You don't want to crank that down all the way, because if you do and leave that, you can actually crush the bearings inside there, so you don't want to do that. But you tighten it down quite a ways. I usually like to let it so that when I drop my line, which I don't have a very heavy lure on here right now, but I can just barely feed that line out. That's usually a good start. And then you can adjust down as you go, because if you tighten too much, you're going to lose casting distance. But if you have it too loose, that's when you get your bird's nests and your backlashes, which every guy or every fisherman who uses baitcasters knows that's a real issue, and it's definitely something for beginners that you want to watch out for. As you get more experienced, you can up that. As I said, with the braking, when you go to the 1 through 10 system, I start at 5, and then when I'm using bigger baits in heavier wind, I'm going to turn that up, just because it gives me a little extra grip in those magnets to stop that before I get a big backlash or something throwing into heavy wind. So you start with this and you just work your way forward. I start a little bit lighter if you're noticing that you're not getting, I start a little heavier, and then if you notice you're not getting the casting distance you want, then you can slowly lighten up. Same with the tension control. I always start a little heavier than lighter, and then you just back it off slowly and make your casts as you go until you feel like you're going to get a bird's nest, or until you don't feel like you have control over the reel anymore. Then you just tighten it back up again, and you'll find that sweet spot. But as you go, you're going to have to learn how to do it with different types of baits and retrieves. But that's how you set it. It's really easy. You can feel the clicks as you go on both sides, and then you just watch your spool. You watch your spool speed. As you lighten it up, it'll drop a little faster. I like to go about a foot every 2 seconds is what I would say that my typical